Welcome to this chat show Face2Face. This is the second season of this chat show. We started this program last year in 2020 in August only, and this year the second season also was started this month only. So before telling more about the program, let me tell you something about the institution, about Delhi Metropolitan Education, DME. DME is an institution which is affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University. This is the most sought after institute for the students. We offer 4 academic programs, which include, besides BJMC, there is BBA, then there is BA LLB and BA LLB. And talking about this DME Media School, this is one of the most promising media institute in the country. And we conduct all such kind of programs which are unheard of, which nobody can think of. And talking about DME, again, DME is one such institution which is always ready to rise up to the occasion. Whatever kind of situation could be there, we always try to cope up with that kind of situation. And since the time COVID-19 struck last year in March, since that time, we have been trying various modes of education. Immediately after this pandemic, we started producing the content, video content, which we were making available to the students. And then we did everything possible to take care of them and to do all that which was needed to have an extra care of the students as far as the academic is concerned, or the other activities or other aspects of life is concerned. And our motto is always to take care of the emotional quotient, to engage the students, to empower the students, and to do the things which are completely technology driven. Let us have a look what all DME is there to offer. In DME, we believe in engagement and empowerment of students. And since the time this COVID-19 struck in 2020, we intensified this whole process.
For the education sector, it was a big challenge. At DME, our small dynamic team decided to take this challenge head-on.
We organized different kind of programs, different webinars, wherein the distinguished people from the industry and other walks of life, they are invited to interact with the students. We try to keep them engaged in taking out newsletter, writing stories, editing stories, and not only that, they make posters, they make cartoons, they write pieces for the newsletter.
Mentoring Cell at DME is a very unique feature in the ecosystem of education. While the subject teachers forge the knowledge domain strongly, it is the mentors who reach out to students in difficult times. During pandemic, when our students faced loss of their loved ones, home isolation, and several other family issues, mentors ensured that students remain cheerful, lively, and stay connected with us.
We have ensured that our students are treated with compassion, warmth, and gentle touch. And it has been our endeavor to treat all the academic activities of our students, which includes PSDA, internal assignment, and various other curricular activities accordingly.
Research Cell also pays huge emphasis on interdisciplinary nature of research. In order to promote this, the research centers of the Research Cell were also motivated to join with each other and conduct research activities for students, faculties within DME and outside DME.
While the strong academics and great industry connect is building great lawyers, media persons, and managers at DME, we at Mentoring Cell are enabling these future leaders to be compassionate, emotionally strong, and resilient for any times to come.
We empower the students all the schools of DME, they have their students council. In DME Media School, this council is part. They organize the program themselves, they take their own decisions, and they mobilize the students for all the good cause.
Art has the power to unite and connect during the times of crisis. Bringing people together, sharing, soothing and inspiring are powers of art, which have been made empathically obvious by the DME cultural societies during the COVID-19 pandemic. By taking different innovative approaches in organizing various virtual competitions and events in which the students of DME have taken part with great enthusiasm and proved that DMEians are unstoppable.
Care with compassion is motto of DME. During Corona period, we were always with our students. Their well-being is primary for us. We take care of our students.
We met the expectations of the students, of the parents and above all of the industry. The placements this year were better than those of the previous years. DME is committed to supporting its students in all possible ways.
Welcome back to Face to Face. So let us tell something more about the DME Media School. This is one school which is organizing the kind of activities, as I was already telling you, which are different in nature. And the flagship events, if I should tell you about that, the international conference ICANN, of which we have already conducted 4 seasons or the 4 editions, and then we have the International Film Festival SIFI. The 2 editions we have already conducted, and the 3rd is going to take place in the last month of this year only. Then we organize BG Varghese lecture series, which has been instituted in the name of the renowned journalist BG Varghese. Then we also conduct the media convention or the media fest Vritika, which has entered the 5th year this year, and we are going to organize this event in October 2021. And talking about this particular program, as I was referring to this pandemic, during pandemic, the greatest problem that we all faced at our level, at the institute level, at the teachers level on one hand, and the students level on the other hand, that there was somewhere some communication gap, and there were things in such a level, in such a shape, then we felt that there has to be more efforts made for augmenting, for strengthening this communication. So that is how I came out with this completely out of box idea, wherein a continuous interaction, and that too in an informal mood. So keeping that in mind, this whole program Face to Face was conceived and executed last year. So you can see yourself, this is a program wherein Dean is talking to 3 students drawn from all 3 years, because BJMC is a 3 years bachelor's degree. So we pick up 1 student from each year, and at the moment we have 3 batches: the 2018 batch, the 2019 batch, 2020 batch. Obviously the 2018 batch is almost gone. It's almost an outgoing batch, and the new batch may be coming in October or November, because the admissions are delayed because of this pandemic situation. So before telling you as to who all are there in today's session, let us look at their profile, at their AV, and to know as to who all are there in this episode. welcome back again to Face to Face. Now, everybody who is there among the audience would have made out who all are there with us this evening. We have Siddharth Kukreja from 2018 batch, and then we have Rohit Gupta from 2019 batch, and we have Bharti V from the 2020 batch. So to begin with, it has been customary to start talking to the senior most person. So to talk to you first, Siddharth, last year also you were there in this program, and again you are here. So I welcome you and all the panelists, and to start interaction with you. During this pandemic period, so I will start with that only. Whatever has happened, we all have witnessed, and in a way we all have suffered. So whichever way we have suffered within our families, in our relations, in our neighborhood, so everybody has suffered. So would you like to tell your experience, your confrontation with the COVID-19 for the last 1.5 years, whatever you would have faced or whatever you would have experienced?
Sir, first of all, thank you so much for calling me up here. And this is a moment which I was waiting for, like, when are we going to come up with the second edition? Because this is the place where we can meet our juniors again and be back to that journey of the college. And कॉलेज से निकलने के बाद सर सफ़र कुछ ऐसा रहा है कि बहुत सारे अप्स एंड डाउन्स है। जब हम इंडस्ट्री में जाते हैं बहुत सारे चेंजेस हैं वहाँ पे, बहुत सारी चीज़ें प्रैक्टिकल जो हम यहाँ पे नहीं प्रैक्टिस करते, जो हम वहाँ जाके सीखते हैं, जो हम एक्सप्लोर करते हैं, बेसिकली जिस एक्सपीरियंस की हम बात करते हैं कॉलेज के अंदर। और ये जो पीरियड रहा पैंडेमिक का, वो थोड़ा मुश्किल रहा बिकॉज आई वॉज इन कोविड। मैं खुद कोविड पॉजिटिव रहा 1.25 महीने के करीब, और उसमें क्या चीज़ है उससे मैं गो थ्रू किया। मैं समझ सकता हूँ जो भी यहाँ पे जिसको भी हुआ होगा वो किस चीज़ से गो थ्रू किया। बिल्कुल बॉडी मतलब बिल्कुल काम नहीं कर रही, माइंड वाज नोवेयर, मतलब बिल्कुल ऐसा लग रहा था दैट एवरीथिंग इज जस्ट सेटल डाउन, कि अब रुक जाएगा, अब इसके आगे नहीं हो पाएगा। बट स्टिल सब लोग साथ में थे, एंड टीचर से भी बात होती रही, सचिन सर से बात होती रही, सचिन सर ने बहुत सपोर्ट किया। उसके बाद मतलब लाइक इट वेंट थ्रू आउट।
But Siddharth, I came to know that Corona struck you twice. You were detected positive twice. How did it happen?
Sir, actually what happened is कि I was positive and then I got a negative report, but I was still not feeling well. Then after like 2 days I went for a test again and I was found positive again. So twice, मतलब I don't know what was there. एक बार negative आया and again that became positive. So that 1.5 month journey was like really difficult for me because body pain सर बहुत होता था मेरे को, and मतलब मेरा माइंड उस टाइम पे बिल्कुल सेट नहीं था, मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ क्या नहीं कर रहा, आई डिडंट न्यू, मतलब आई वाज जस्ट ऑन बेड और पता नहीं था। बट फ्रॉम गॉड्स ग्रेस ऐसी सिचुएशन नहीं आई कि बहुत ज़्यादा मिजरेबल हो गई कंडीशन। घर से बहुत सपोर्ट रहा, मतलब स्टार्टिंग से ही जिस दिन मेरे को फीवर हुआ था उसी दिन से घर पे मेडिकेशन स्टार्ट हो गया था। मतलब वहाँ पे मेरे मॉम डैड दोनों लाइक योगा करते हैं, उनका आयुर्वेद से मतलब है कनेक्शन, तो सब कुछ चल रहा था, मतलब देसी भी चल रहा था और जो दवाइयाँ वगैरह वो भी चल रही थी।
But your parents would also have been infected because of this or not?
No, they weren't affected. My mother got affected a bit, but उनका 1 वीक में नॉर्मल हो गया था बिकॉज उन्होंने बहुत जल्दी प्रिकॉशन स्टार्ट कर दिए थे। तो आई डिडंट न्यू कि इतना लंबा क्यों खिंचा और डबल क्यों हो गया। बट वो पीरियड ऐसा था कि मतलब आई वॉज वेरी कंफ्यूज्ड अबाउट माई सेल्फ कि क्या होगा यार, पेपर कैसे दूंगा, फाइनल ईयर है, एंड एवरीथिंग वाज सो पजल्ड कि क्या सिचुएशन चल रही है, क्या होगा। ऊपर से एक टेंशन और थी कि अभी लॉकडाउन खुला है और लॉकडाउन खुलते ही फिर कैसे सब चीज़ें हैंडल होंगी, अभी रिकवर भी करना है, यू हैव टू गिव पेपर्स ऑल्सो, और सब चीज़ें आगे, तो बहुत सारा एक बहुत क्रिटिकल सिचुएशन हो गया था। फिर लाइक हमारी भी जब बातचीत हुई थी लास्ट, तो आपने बोला था कि चिंता मत करो, वील मैनेज इट। तो उसके बाद ये था कि ठीक है, सब लोग साथ में, एंड लाइक द स्टाफ इज वेरी सपोर्टिंग, तो फिर कोई दिक्कत नहीं हुई, मतलब वहां से फिर वी वेंट ऑफ वेरी स्मूथली।
But if I ask you to look at this whole thing and analyze it and making certain observations, what would you say? Like there are people who found that this was completely as disaster. It's a very, I mean, such kind of unpleasant things happening which nobody could ever thought of. On the other hand, there are people who find an opportunity in the whole thing. So was it an opportunity to you, or was it a disaster? How do you look at this situation?
Sir, it was both for me a disaster for me, because I was like completely out of touch with everyone like for a month, and I was locked in a room. और रूम में मैक्सिमम आई को टॉक टू इज सम पीपल, वो भी कभी इफ आई एम वीडियो कॉलिंग, बट नॉट फॉर अ लॉन्ग वाइल. But it was beneficial for me because in that time when I was in room, I started reading something I used to read, or I used to explore the internet and binge watching. So I grabbed a lot of content out of there and a lot of information about like filmmaking and stuff. And also I used to go and watch some practical stuff like Studio Binder and other tutorials from where I used to learn everything. So it was a complete, satisfaction for me that I utilize that time also in my own development.
Yeah, thank you, Siddharth. So moving on to Rohit. Rohit, I will ask the same question to you. Your experience of this pandemic, whether the first wave or the second wave, practically it's a 1.5 year. So what kind of experience you had all these years, and whether you, your family members or anybody close to you, your near and dear, anybody was affected, and what all was the impact according to you?
You, sir, first of all, for inviting me on this platform. And the experience was very horrifying. Means situations were totally very different from last year. Things have changed in very unparalleled manner. Most of us went into very serious trauma, as many of us have lost our near and dear. In my family, we have lost around 8 to 10 members of means I've lost my cousin, I've lost my brother-in-law, my nani ji, and many other of combining relatives. That scenario was really very depressive, or we were thinking of ourselves, like each moment we were thinking like nobody should fall ill, where we will take. And at the same moment, I gone through some social media platform, I checked for some resources. Me and my family, some of us got help also through that platform. Therefore, I have started engaging with those people who were helping out at that grace period of time. Like I was carrying out some research with some verification of hospital or blood banks where we can fetch some aid or not. So I was engaged some certain groups who were helping those people. Uh, at the same moment when things were becoming little bit better, I started myself engaging in some research work. And during during that scenario, there was conflict between Israel and Palestine. Therefore, at that moment, I have started myself exploring to some international conflict, geopolitical issues. It is something like I was becoming too interesting to know the things and the and the historical background of the issues, and therefore how I have passed my COVID period.
Yeah, so Rohit, you talked about the I mean, sad things which happened in your family, and then you also talked about as to how you try to utilize this time to read more or to know more about the world and the issues and all. But then, when it comes to analyzing between the two, was it a disaster, or it was an opportunity, or it was a mix of the two? How do you analyze this?
So, which situation? COVID or international conflict?
No, I'm talking about COVID only. Yeah.
Sir, basically COVID was mistake of ourselves. Like we humans were neglecting our hygiene. We humans were neglecting the protocols which we have to adopt in our day-to-day life. As we were thinking like COVID was nearly for few months, वो भी last year तक था, but it was our mistake that we were thinking in that manner. COVID is still there. We have to live with it, and in that scenario, government also failed to check all the pointers which they have laid for us. Like they were conducted, like they have conducted five state elections, which supposed not to happen, and at the same tenure, home was organized in our own, our own, our own known people were infected after they came from home. Like means some of were very critical. They were admitted to ICU. Their condition became deteriorated, and it was a lesson for us to be alert towards our health, to our immune system. We can fall at any scenario at any time, but we have to be mentally, physically, and socially fit. Because if we fall into any situation and if we don't react it, we will get into very, very pathetic condition.
Yeah, so thank you, Rohit. Moving on to Bharti. Bharti, you are participating in this program for the first time, and yours is the batch, incidentally, which has not yet seen the campus as far as attending classes in the physical mode is concerned. So, but then I will put the question, same question to you first, that what was your experience of this pandemic? Because it was only during this pandemic that you would have given your 12th standard examination. It was during this time only then you applied for admission and you got the admission, and then 2 semesters have passed during this period. So all kind of things have been happening during this pandemic as far as your case is concerned. So what happened to you or your family or anybody if there was an impact of this COVID-19? How can you narrate your experience about this?
So first of all, I want to say thank you, sir, for inviting me here. Because सब मुझे बोलते हैं I'm very talkative. So जब मैंने देखा chat show है, तो I just thought that I should, participate in this. And I've never participated in any DME as such because I was not well and I had my own struggles, to be very honest. But thank you, really, it's an opportunity. About COVID experience, of course, it was a suffrage for everybody in the whole world, not in India, but the whole world. But I would want to say that from all this, I had experienced the goods and the bads. But mostly, I gained a lot of awareness about mental health. And I was a person जो कभी किसी बीमार नहीं होती थी ना, कभी कुछ होता था मुझे. I've never been hospitalized, बस जब पैदा हुई थी तभी हुई थी. उससे बात कभी नहीं थी. And after that, when this,
तो उस वक्त जब तुम पैदा हुई थी तो तुम हॉस्पिटलाइज नहीं हुई थी, तुम्हारी मदर हॉस्पिटलाइज हुई थी.
Exactly, sir. उसके बाद भी नहीं हुई मैं कभी, मतलब. तो जब ये सब हुआ तो personally मेरे को 2 times I get hit by this. मतलब मेरे को कभी positive report नहीं आई, but I had all the symptoms and everything. But what I got to know is that mental health is so important and your own health is so important. पहले मेरे को बिल्कुल एक्सपीरियंस नहीं था. मैं कुछ भी खाती थी, कुछ भी कहीं भी गिर जाती थी, कहीं भी खेलती थी, मुझे कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता था. But after this, it just struck me a lot, and now I'm taking care of my mental health. Meditation is very important, and anxiety and all this, it was a symptom. It was a post-COVID symptom, and plus, if you are in a lockdown, तो वो और ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है because you're not interacting with people. And I'm an extrovert kind. I'm an ambivert, but extrovert वाले लोग होते हैं, उनको तो बस बातें करनी है, तो वो सब है. बट
और बातें करने के लिए तो टेलीफोन था ना, तो टेलीफोन पे बात नहीं करती थी.
एक्चुअली सर मैं ऑनलाइन नहीं इतना अपने आप को कर पाती बिकॉज आई एम ओल्ड स्कूल सो आई थिंक कि मेरे जो दोस्त हैं वो भी लाइक आई नो देम फ्रॉम 14 years एंड मतलब इतना ज्यादा आई एम नॉट इनटू ऑनलाइन लाइक टॉकिंग एंड स्टफ but I appreciate.
But then, Bharti, I mean, what I have come across in most of the cases, one way the way the people have analyzed this whole situation, that everybody says that they have got an opportunity to be with their families. So
yeah, I was coming to that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm so happy. जैसे मेरा brother है, I'm very close to him, and he was in hostel in VIT Chennai. तो like for 4 years I was thinking मैं उसके बिना कैसे रहूंगी, मैं कुछ भी होता था उसे बोलती थी, but then he came here and like the quality time that I spend with my family is very important for me. The family and relationships, these are the things that matters actually. So I really got to know the idea that what actually it means, and career and everything is just second and this all thing is so important, and I just enjoyed it. I'm not that like if I talk about online thing, मैं इससे बात नहीं करती किसी से या कोई friends इतना नहीं बना पाती. But I'm on Instagram. I create content. I like to act. I like to sing. I like to dance. So all that I've did. And since like after 12th I started. उससे पहले I was not on Instagram or anything. So it is a very good experience for me, and I'm very happy. And I just want to add this that I have no pressure from DME. Like बहुत लोग ऐसा क्रिप करते हैं जैसे दूसरे colleges के कि I have a lot of workload and stuff, but I'm so happy. I'm just chilling.
So if it was a good experience, so from where this mental health issues came to your mind? I mean, what was
actually
this?
It's not about DME, sir. It's about COVID. Like when you're not feeling well and you think that you're dying. The next day you only think, oh shit, what is happening? What is happening? And maybe you can die, or you're just you're surfing on Google that is it cancer? Why is this happening? It's like I just got really scared because I was never into this health thing. So you asked me about COVID's experience.
So were you scared of dying?
Yeah. Because I've not lived my life, and maybe I love myself in that sense. I think so.
Okay, so moving on to you, Siddharth. Siddharth, though you have spent a lot of time in DME in the physical mode, wherein you have always been very active in all kind of co-curricular and extracurricular activities, be it theater or any other event, you were always there. But then once this COVID-19 happened, like others, you stopped coming to the college, and for the last such a long period, you have not been doing anything in the physical space. So if we compare both the situations, the when you were there in the college in the physical space, and then you were there in the college but in the online space, how would you compare this online versus physical mode as far as education is concerned, as far as other activities is concerned?
Sir, as far as the safety matter is concerned, it was a very great step to go online, because seeing the safety of the students and everyone, it was very important for us to move ahead, because the world doesn't stop, the time doesn't stop for anyone. So we need to move ahead. Like, we can't stop there and just feel कि यार campus खुल जाए और तब वापस शुरू करते हैं. So we had to move ahead. And comparing online offline mode, like in offline mode, it was really interesting to move into the classrooms and meeting your friends, and also the co-curricular activities like ताबीर के साथ काम करना उसमें offline structure में, it was very easy. और like हम लोग म्यूजिक भी करते थे तो साथ में बैठ के like we used to sing in the canteen, और कैंटीन में बैठ के वो टाइम पास करना, और मतलब everything that the whole structure in the college it was very interesting. Rather than moving online, what we used to do is we used to make videos, edit that, and we put up on the events. Or either if we are anchoring from our home. And also there are different, network issues, lags. So those events were least, they were not so interesting like they used to happen live in the college. And also, like, we hosted SIFI also. So SIFI was a hybrid mode, so that was a good idea, and that was much more better than what we were doing since past like 1 year. So that's my experience with the offline and the online mode.
So you accept that there are merits in the online mode, which we experienced this time. Earlier, we were not exposed to this.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to you, Rohit, if I ask the same question, online versus online, because all your classes were happening, all this, I mean, I feel more than 2 semesters in the online mode, and there was a little time, practically 1.5 semester when you were there in the college. So if you compare between the two, which education you find was better, the physical space, the face-to-face mode, or the online mode, and how did you look at this whole change that had occurred?
So online mode is a very healthy environment in the manner of health concern nowadays, but no one can say that offline is a very bad option, because in offline mode we were exposed to too many things, like live interaction, and all the experimental tasks were performed virtually in front end. Every faculty was there to deal with every situation, like how to hold a camera, how to present in front of camera, everything. But in online mode, we were like, screen was there, everything is all blank, only the names were popping on the screen, and lecture was going on. It is something like listening to a Spotify or a YouTube video. Only few people were there to interact, and it seems like a uh, very strange situation or a strange class. But in the case of online offline, we were there, you people were there to tell, to narrate everything, you people were asking us to represent something, and that was very exciting activities we are missing nowadays. There are differences, but we have to see the health concern at the same moment, and keeping in mind to that scenario and the ongoing scenario, we have to be online. But we hope that we come to college very soon, so that we can invest our productive time into activities.
Yeah, I think your batch will definitely end up in the physical space. You started in face-to-face mode, then online, and then you will end up in the face-to-face or the physical space. We should hope for that, I believe.
We are hoping it very soon. We were thinking like the third year will go in offline mode, but
Yeah.
the SOP were released by DDMA today itself. They were saying that 50% of 50 with the capacity of 50% start classes of school and colleges can be organized. Now,
Yeah.
for good news from you people.
Yeah. So moving on to you, Bharti, again, if I ask the same thing to you, though, as we know that your batch has been in the online only right from the beginning, and you have entered the second year, and you were deprived of the opportunity which every youngster is always looking for, joining a college or university and enjoying the campus life. So you have been deprived of that till date. But if you are asked to make a comparison in the school, you would have been getting admission in the face-to-face, getting education in the face-to-face mode. So if you compare from that kind of education to this kind of education which you have been having for the last 1 year, how will you make a difference between online versus physical mode?
So if I talk about BJMC, I was so excited about this course because it's all practical. you have the practice. You like when I saw the studio, I was so excited that I'm going to go and be very do all the get all the opportunities and do perform there. I was very excited, but there are perks of both the side, the pros and cons. I'm not going to complain at all because I'm very satisfied and happy because first of all, safety matters, health matters, and not only for our but also the teachers and people who are working in the institution. It's very important. So I feel that it had its pros and cons, but I'm right now happy because I am just in my bed and taking classes. So it's obviously a pro. And if I'm going to say about the cons, I wish that I could participate because it's like a practical course, and I would want to chat and gain experience what actually is to be there as a media.
So have you enjoyed this opportunity by not attending the classes? Because obviously there is no control of the teachers as far as the presence in the class is concerned.
Sir, I'm not a very good student. I want to say this. I did cheated like this, but I also appreciate the effort that you're making. I'm not always the person who's absent on your classes, but some days I think that I should take a leave and I just leave. But it's obviously not always. But I wish I was a obedient student, but
but I believe, like many other students, you would also have done this, that you logged in the class and obviously camera is not on, and then you are taking rest, not listening to as to what is happening in the class. Is it so?
So I don't want to say anything on this, no comments, but yeah, of course I did sometime.
No, it's not a political interview where
I know.
you choose to say no comment. I mean, it's a chat show, so you can admit if you have been doing this.
Yes, I did, but not always. Obviously, I appreciate the effort. Like the first year was pretty excited for me, so I used to attend all the classes, and I also liked Sukriti ma'am and Mohit sir classes a lot, so I always was there. But after that then Mudita ma'am classes were also nice, so मैं उसमें ज़्यादा focus करके मुझे अच्छा लगता था. Like I'm an apolitical person. I know it's different. It's different from coming from a media student. किसी के like you're apolitical and stuff, but I would want to say
you are apolitical or not apolitical? What did you say?
I said I'm apolitical. I'm apolitical. I am not into that. I'm not into politics itna zyada because I don't like debates and stuff. I just like to chat.
So that is why you have not been participating in anything, I believe, for the last 1 year or so. Is it?
Yeah, sir, but it's just a half. It's a half season because I was not also well at that point of time. And नानी के घर पे गई थी, and then I encountered COVID again. So I was very scared. And मैं वहाँ पे मेरे मम्मा पापा यहीं पर थे, यहाँ पे मैं नानी के घर पे वहाँ पे थी, तो I was very scared. तो second semester start ही मेरा ऐसा हुआ था, like एक और बार COVID का encounter हुआ था मेरे से, तो इसलिए मैं इतना ज़्यादा participate नहीं कर पाई थी. But ऐसे shows होते तो मैं पक्का participate करती हूँ.
अगर तुमने पहले बताया तो पहले हम प्लान कर लेते शो, तो पहले मौका मिल जाता तुम्हें. So moving on to Siddharth again. Siddharth, you were telling us something as to what all you did during the pandemic period, like reading about something and all. So if you can tell us something about the creative work that you have done for the last 1.5 years, whether it's reading some new book or doing some new play or making some new film, if you can tell us about that.
So sir, creative work कुछ ऐसा रहा है कि I made like 3 films during the lockdown, जो मैंने घर में ही shoot करी हैं खुद. And after that, when lockdown opened, I started working back on field as a AD. So अभी I have 3 releases right now. One is Scorpio, one is Shayad Firse, and one is upcoming tomorrow. So journey वापस continue करी. Somehow I started working again. पता नहीं कहाँ से कैसे, but मेरे को करना था वापस काम. So I went back to the industry. वहाँ से हटने के बाद वापस enter करना is very difficult. but still I found a place there. And वहाँ से वही अपना I started from हरियाणवी songs और कंटिन्यू करते 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 came to हिंदी and अब पंजाबी भी कर रहे हैं. So I'm currently working as a director's assistant at Team All Good. So that is the journey which I've covered in past 6 months. And this has been a very creative and a busy schedule journey, because you have shoots one after the other. You have to move to different places. Like I'm currently residing in Chandigarh. I've just been to Delhi for like 2-3 days right now. And इस जर्नी के अंदर मतलब जो लोग भी लाइक फिल्म मेकिंग में हैं या जो लोग भी करना चाहते हैं, उनके लिए बस एक एडवाइस है दैट डोंट लूज योर सेल्फ एनी हाउ. क्योंकि यहाँ पे स्ट्रगल बहुत है. यहाँ पर people come and they leave very easily. Starting में you will not get any name, or you will not even get paid for it, but take experience.
Are you in Delhi or Mumbai?
Sir, I am in Delhi right now, but I reside in Chandigarh right now.
Okay.
So I live with my team in Chandigarh. So my whole team and our artists live together in Chandigarh in a house, and half of the team lives in Eden Court, and half of the team lives in a house. So we are there and we work from there. So we just completed our Kashmir schedule like 2 days ago, and I was back to Delhi. So I was waiting for this ki yaar face to face kab hoga, and yesterday only I got a message from Tina ma'am. So I said कि सही है, सही date है बिल्कुल. I am free right now, तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
तो भारती देख लो, तुम्हें चिंता करने की बात नहीं है. अब सिद्धार्थ ने लास्ट ईयर किया तो इस बार वेट कर रहा था, तुम इस बार कर रही हो, तो नेक्स्ट ईयर तुम्हारे लिए अभी तो 2 चांसेस और मिल जाएंगे. ठीक है, सेकेंड ईयर में भी और थर्ड ईयर में भी. So moving on to you, Rohit, what all you have done during this period? I'm particularly asking about your creative aspect, like creating something, making something, or reading, or whatever you would have done during this period.
Sir, in this period of time, मैंने कई सारी इंटर्नशिप की, कई सारे न्यूज ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के साथ. मैंने पर्सनल अपने इनिशिएटिव पे जो अच्छा लगा मुझे, मैंने उस पे रिसर्च किया. मैंने स्टोरीज को फॉलो अप किया, और कुछ जैसे कि एमर्जिंग इश्यूज हैं जैसे चाइना है, या मतलब कि उनके अदर एक्सपेक्ट पे रिसर्च किया कि इन्होंने किस लेवल पे अपने क्या स्ट्रेटजीज फॉलो की है, कैसे ये पूरा अफ्रीका खा गया. तो इस बारे में मैंने बहुत बल्क में रिसर्च किया. मैंने कोविड ओरिजिन पे बहुत रिसर्च किया. तो वो सब मतलब वेस्टफुल तो नहीं है, मैं ये कहूँगा कि उससे मेरी नॉलेज बढ़ी है. एक ग्लोबल सिनेरियो में क्या होता है, कैसे होता है, वो सीखा है, वो देखना है. और बाकी फील्ड में सर अभी जा नहीं पाया क्योंकि फील्ड से ही मुझे कोविड हुआ था मार्च में. प्राइम न्यूज में इंटर्नशिप कर रहा था 63 में, वहीं मेरे को कोविड हो गया था. 1-1.5 महीने किया था, फिर मैंने छोड़ दिया क्योंकि कोविड हो गया. फिर मुझे कोविड जैसे ही सही हुआ, फिर पूरे भारत को कोविड हो गया अप्रैल में. तो फिर मैंने ऑफलाइन की जगह ऑनलाइन इंटर्नशिप की न्यूज़ग्राम.
मतलब जो सेकंड वेव आई उसमें तुम्हारा भी कंट्रीब्यूशन है इसका मतलब?
नहीं सर, मैंने तो अपने आप को आइसोलेट कर लिया था सर, क्योंकि ये एजम्पशन मैंने कर लिया था कि अब मैं थोड़ा सा वीक हो गया हूँ, मतलब कंडीशन खराब हो गई है. फिर मैंने जाना बंद कर दिया था. फिर उन्होंने पूछा भी क्या हुआ, मैंने घर में भी ऐसे किसी को बताया नहीं. फिर मैंने 1-2 दिन में बताया कि मेरी कंडीशन ठीक नहीं लग रही है. देयरफॉर फिर मैंने टेस्ट कराया, वो नेगेटिव था, पर जो PCR रिपोर्ट आई वो पॉजिटिव थी. एंटीजन नेगेटिव था.
Okay, so I was asking about your creative aspect. Yes. Can you tell me as to what happened to your RTI activism during this period?
So I have changed my little bit contribution towards the society from RTI to grievances and to PIL. I am connected with the NGO Taxpayer Association of India. Manu Gaur is a founder of that NGO. I was working with him, and I was engaged with his agitation towards the government for population control. Hopefully, he met Ramnath Kovind in the month of June, and I filed with him PIL in Supreme Court. and we are following a particular subject on which government must listen us. Therefore, sir, finding RTI was a manner of fetching data, and we were working on that data to make a certain case that we can put in front of government. So we are trying in that manner only. Now we are focusing on environment and other subject.
Yeah.
PIL has been disposed in the manner that in whole India we cannot apply publishing.
Yeah.
So in that manner we are doing, sir.
Yeah, so definitely PIL is a very effective tool to do the things that you want to do and to initiate and to bring a change in the society. I am completely in agreement with you on this. So moving on to you, Bharti, if I ask you as to what all you did on the creative side during this period of pandemic, can you tell us about that?
So first of all, I came across my interest in music, ukulele. I was very shy kid during my school life. I never used to participate. I was not that confident. But then in lockdown, I came across to play ukulele. Then I used to sing songs with that, and I used to dance. I told you this once that I also baked a lot of cakes, Oreo cakes. So yeah, I did that too. सबके बर्थडे अपने बर्थडे पे मैं ही बना के केक बना रही होती थी क्योंकि बाहर से लेके नहीं आ सकते थे. तो ये बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. और
नहीं तो तुम्हें केक बनाने का ऑर्डर कैसे मिलता था, कैसे?
नहीं सर, ऑर्डर नहीं मिलता, बस फैमिली के लिए और बाहर सब किसी के लिए नहीं बनाता.
फ्रेंड्स के लिए नहीं बनाती थी? नेबर्स के लिए भी नहीं?
हाँ, उनको मैं बुला लेती हूँ जब केक कट रहा होता है. ऐसे स्पेशली कभी मैंने.
So this is something which you can continue even when the college opens. तो रोज किसी न किसी का बर्थडे होगा तो बना के लेके आना फिर केक. तो
आपके लिए जरूर लाऊंगी सर, आपने पहले भी बोला था.
अच्छा, पहले बोला था मैंने तुम्हें? अरे और तो मुझे याद ही नहीं, मुझे मिला नहीं उसके पास से केक.
सर श्योर, आपके बर्थडे में जरूर लाऊंगी.
ठीक है,
बट अच्छा होगा पता नहीं, वो आपके ऊपर है.
नहीं, जो तुम बना के लाओगी अगर मन से तो अच्छा ही होगा वो.
थैंक यू.
तो और केक बनाने के अलावा और क्या किया?
मैंने बताया, there was a competition of monologue. I never tried this acting bit, but I wanted to in DME. I also gave my name to theatre club, but उस time पे pandemic हो गया तो everything was shut down. So I was not well at that point of time. मुझे COVID के बाद जो anxiety होती है वो सब हो रही थी, dehydration हो रहा था, तो मैं कर नहीं पा रही थी. Then मैंने सोचा कि अच्छा ठीक है, अगर अभी नहीं हो पाया, वो date भी चली गई थी submission की, तो मैंने ऐसे ही खुद से ही एक बनाया और then I posted on Instagram. तो मैंने मोनोलॉग पहले ट्राई किया. I felt it's very nice. मैं रील्स बहुत ज़्यादा पोस्ट करती हूँ Instagram में for content creation. I want to like focus on more on that, be it comedy, be it like a monologue, be it music, be it dance, be it like playing an instrument. I can do that. I'm not perfect at that, but I want to like be the best version of myself soon.
Yeah. So moving on to Siddharth again. Siddharth, since you are a creative person and you are a performer, so and we know all about your interest and also, but still, if you want to tell us something about your creativity and also if you can perform something in this show for the audience.
अच्छा सर, sorry for this 2 minutes. Guys, सबसे एक रिक्वेस्ट है, प्लीज गो ऑन यूट्यूब, एक यंग एज सर्च करो, एक शायद फिर से सर्च करो और एक स्कॉर्पियो सर्च करो, जाके लाइक करो और शेयर कर दो और कमेंट कर दो गाइस प्लीज. बहुत मेहनत से वीडियोस बनाई है, आगे भी बहुत अच्छी वीडियोस बनाने वाले हैं एंड सून आवर टीम इज गोइंग टू ग्रो वेरी वेल. और अभी एक नया गाना आने वाला है, कालीकार बाय मोहित सुतार, तो वो भी बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाला है. वीडियोस बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है, जाके लाइक करो. और अगर आपको कुछ भी लगता है दैट यू वांट टू पार्टिसिपेट विद अस, यू वांट टू जॉइन विद अस, तो कुछ नहीं करना, मुझे बस इंस्टाग्राम पे डीएम कर दो. हमारा कोई भी शूट होगा दिल्ली गुड़गांव में, सो डेफिनेटली आई विल ट्राई टू कॉल अप.
So Siddharth, you exploited the opportunity.
Sir, no, I didn't exploit it. I just promoted those songs because those are something which are, very close to me, because these are the basics from where I'm growing in the industry, and from where my team is growing also. So that is the
Yeah.
thing.
Please post the link of your song.
मैं sure, yeah. I'll post it up in the chat box.
Yeah,
ठीक है?
so you are
तो-
going to perform
हाँ
something, Siddharth?
सर परफॉर्म के लिए कर देते हैं छोटा सा. तो अभी रिसेंटली आई हैव रिटन अ सॉन्ग, सो वही गा देता हूँ मैं. छोटा सा है, ज्यादा लंबा नहीं है.
हाँ, छोटा ही चाहिए.
हाँ ठीक है सर. आंखों ही आंखों में, बातें इशारों में, तुमने जो मुझसे कही है, ऐसा क्यों लगता है जैसे कि तुमको भी मुझसे मोहब्बत हुई है. ए हम सफर, मेरे हम सफर, देखूं जहाँ ए तू ही नजर. ए हम सफर, मेरे हम सफर, तारीफ तेरी कैसे करे हम, ख्वाहिश हलचल मची है दिल में ये मेरे, दिल में ये मेरे. तुम मेरी सांसों में, तुम मेरी बातों में, तुम वही मैंने मांगा जिससे, वो दुआ तुम हो, वो खुदा तुम हो, मैंने है चाहा जिसे, आंखों ही आंखों में, बातें इशारों में. Thank you so much.
Good. So it was indeed a good song. Now moving on to Rohit. Rohit, would you like to perform something, anything that you could tell us as part of this program to the people attending this show?
वैसे तो सर कोई चीज ऐसे
कोई चीज जो तुमने अभी लिखी हो, जो anything that you can tell us?
सर मैं कुछ ऑब्जर्वेशन शेयर कर सकता हूँ. जैसे
रिसेंट
में मैं अभी डॉक्टर डी.वाई. चंद्रचूड़, जस्टिस डी.वाई. चंद्रचूड़, उनका एक आर्टिकल पढ़ रहा था. उन्होंने एक सेशन को एड्रेस कर रहे थे, तो उन्होंने ड्यूटी एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ एवरी इंडिविजुअल के बारे में बात की थी. उन्होंने बताया था कि हर एक सिटीजन की एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है स्टेट के अंदर. उसका भी होता है कि वो नेशन को कैसे बनाता है. इट इज नॉट ओनली कि गवर्नमेंट ही अपनी चीजों को प्रायोरिटाइज करे, अपनी ही चीजों को दिखाए. हमारी भी जिम्मेदारी है कि हम एक अच्छा राष्ट्र निर्माण में अपना योगदान दे सकते हैं. उन्होंने कहा था कि कभी भी ये मत सोचना कि पूरे तरीके से सरकार आपके साथ है. हमेशा ये सोचना कि आप अपने संविधान के साथ हो, संविधान आपके साथ है. संविधान से ही पूरी व्यवस्था चलती है, पूरा सिस्टम उसी की वजह से चलता है. जितना सच आप सुनना चाहते हो उतना सच आपको मिलेगा नहीं, वो आपको खुद बोलना पड़ेगा, आपको खुद दिखाना पड़ेगा. और उन्होंने ये भी बताया था कि हमें पूरी तरीके से एक दूसरे के ऊपर निर्भर नहीं होना है कि सच्चाई, अनदेखी और गलत चीजों को केवल दूसरों को सुधारने की जिम्मेदारी है. उसको हमें खुद से शुरुआत करनी पड़ेगी. हमें अपना मोरल इंप्रूव करना पड़ेगा. हम एक डिसिप्लिन सिटीजन होके ही एक डिजायर्ड नेशन की तरफ बढ़ सकते हैं. तो सर इस टाइप के कुछ ऑब्जर्वेशंस मैंने
Definitely you are doing a commendable job, because I very strongly believe that if youth are so much determined to do something good for the society, for bringing a change in the society, only then there will be a change in the society. It will not come automatically, and the whole responsibility lies on the shoulder of the youth. So that way you are doing a good job.
One more thing, sir, I am doing is I am promoting social literacy, political literacy. सर इसका बहुत नीड इसलिए है, अभी मैं बताना नहीं चाहूंगा, हमारे अपने बैच में कुछ ऐसे लोग हैं उनको करंट इश्यूज के बारे में बिल्कुल भी आइडिया नहीं है, और बहुत जल्दी वो जजमेंट दे देते हैं कि यार देखो ये एकदम गलत है, ये एकदम सही है. दे आर टोटली अनअवेयर कि बैक साइड स्टोरी क्या है, बट अपने परसेप्शन जरूर पोस्ट करेंगे. तो मेरा तो यही कहना है कि हर एक को एकेडमिक्स के साथ साथ सोशली और पॉलिटिकली बहुत अवेयर होना चाहिए। वो कैसी सरकार को चुनते हैं, उसका बैकग्राउंड क्या है, वो कैसे सोशल सिस्टम को आगे फॉरवर्ड कर रहे हैं, उसको कैरी आउट कर रहे हैं, उसके मिथ ऑर्थोडॉक्स सब चीजों को बहुत अच्छे से समझना चाहिए। क्योंकि वो समय नहीं है कि हम लोग एक दूसरे के ऊपर निर्भर रहे, हम लोग को बताने वाला कोई भी नहीं होगा। जब हम किसी क्राइसिस में होंगे, वी आर ओनली देयर टू हेल्प अवरसेल्फ। तो इसलिए
तो
पॉलिटिक्स
ये आई विल एक्सपेक्ट रोहित कि ये तुम जितना सोसाइटी में कम्युनिटी के लिए इस बात को फैलाने की कोशिश कर रहे हो जो तुमने अभी कहा, तो अपने पीयर्स में, अपने क्लासमेट्स में जिनके बारे में तुम बात कर रहे हो, उनको उन तक भी ये चीजें पहुंचाने की कोशिश करो, क्योंकि ये किसी भी जो ओपिनियन लीडर्स है उनकी एक ये मेजर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है।
सर, मेरे जितने भी फ्रेंड्स हैं, जितने भी कॉलेज में हो, स्कूल में हो, या नेबरहुड में हो, या फ्रेंड्स हैं, वो सब मेरे को काफी अच्छे तरीके से सुनते हैं और ये मानते हैं कि एक बहुत ही स्टेबल डिसीजन, एक बहुत ही स्टेबल ओपिनियन देने में मैं बहुत मतलब इस चीज की तारीफ ही नहीं है सर, पर उस चीज को मैं इसलिए फील करता हूँ क्योंकि वो बहुत ही रिस्पेक्टफुल मैनर से अपने ओपिनियन मांगते हैं और उन लोगों के अंदर भी इतना मतलब समझदारी है चीजों को लेके कि वो किसी भी सब्जेक्ट, किसी भी परसेप्शन पे कोई भी आर्गुमेंट करने से पहले एक बार पूछ लेते हैं कि यार ये सही है, ये चीज गलत है। इवन वी हैव सम ये डिस्कशन ऑन सर्टेन इश्यूज, कभी कभी होता है वो पूछते हैं कि यार ये चल क्या रहा है, तो मुझे काफी अच्छा लगता है कि ब्रीफ में उन्हें बताऊं और फिर स्टोरीज के जरिए। अभी मैंने ओपन एक लेटर लिखा था, अभी मैंने एक ओपन लेटर ड्राफ्ट किया था, एड्रेस टू द यूएन एंड द गवर्नमेंट्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड। तो उसके अंदर पूरा सिनेरियो एक्सप्लेन किया है कि किसकी क्या भूमिका हो सकती है, किसी भी साइड में जाके सेंटर में चलना है सर।
So Rohit, we have to move on. So coming to you, Bharti, what will you tell us, or what will you perform for us as far as your creative instinct is concerned?
So I'm going to play a song on my ukulele, and it's a famous song, everybody knows that, Man Mera karke, table 20, number 1.
Yeah, you
number
are
20.
yeah, you are welcome. Yeah.
Yes. सारी रात आहे भरता, पल पल यादों में मरता, माने ना मेरी मन मेरा, थोड़ी थोड़ी होश मदहोशी सी है, नींद बेहोशी सी है, जाने कुछ भी ना मन मेरा, कभी मेरा था पर बेगाना है ये, दीवाना दीवाना समझे ना, हो कभी चुप चुप रही, कभी गाया ये करी, बिन पूछे तेरी तारीफें गाया ये करी, है कोई हकीकत तू या कोई अफसाना है, जाने अगर तू इतना के ये तेरा दीवाना है, जाने ना हम मेरा, रग रग वो समाया मेरे, दिल पर वो छाया मेरे, मुझ पे वो जैसे ऐसे जान, तेरे बरसात में पानी जैसे, कोई कहानी जैसे, दिल से वो दिल तक जो बयां, आशिक दिल तेरा पुराना है ये, दीवाना दीवाना समझे ना, हो कभी चुप चुप रहे, कभी गाया ये करिए, बिन पूछे तेरी तारीफें सुनाया ये करिए, है कोई हकीकत तू या कोई अफसाना है, जाने अगर तू इतना के ये तेरा दीवाना है रे मन मेरा, जाने ना मन मेरा। Thank you.
Great. तो मुझे लगता है कि अभी now we should move towards the end of the program, and there can be no better spot to end the program than listening to such a melodious song. You are really a very creative person, Bharti.
Thank you
And
so much.
I wish that you should have participated more in so many things which are happening in DME Media School, and particularly Spark does organize so many programs. So I would like to be to be in any of the programs that we are organizing in coming future, particularly in September. Number of programs are lined up. So with this note, I will move towards the conclusion of the program. But before winding up, I will give you an opportunity to you all to make one final statement, but that has to be one-line statement towards the end. Siddharth?
सर आई एम वेटिंग फॉर द मोमेंट जब आप कॉलेज में फेयरवेल दोगे और हम लोग आएंगे, तो बस वो बता दो कब है ताकि फ्री रहे बस.
ठीक है, we'll do that, certainly we'll do that. Yeah. Rohit?
Also, just a second, सर बस वो करा दो, बस और कुछ नहीं चाहिए सर, दिल को खुशी मिल जाएगी.
ठीक है, we will definitely get it done. No problem. Yeah. Rohit?
सर अब बस यही है कि एक बार ऑफलाइन सब कुछ आ जाए वापस, फिर और अच्छे से परफॉर्म करना है. अब यही दिली इच्छा रह रही है कि ये जल्दी से हो जाए तो हम लोग वापस से अपना नॉर्मल लाइफ और एंगेजमेंट बढ़ा सकें.
Sure. Bharti, what will you say?
So I'm just because I create content, I just want to say that keep creating, never give up, because it's important. Don't give up in anything. Like जैसे अभी ऑनलाइन मोड है, इसमें भी सबको लग रहा है कि हमारा कॉलेज नहीं होगा, फेयरवेल नहीं होगा, but it's fine, you know. और भी चीजें हैं लाइफ में, वो भी important है. तो I wish that it's
Yeah. So इंशाल्लाह सबकी ख्वाहिशें पूरी हों, सिद्धार्थ की भी, रोहित की भी और भारती की भी. With this we end this program. Thank you all for participating in this show. Thank you all.